Grady has scored a couple of spectacular goals after coming on as a sub this season, including one here in the Dundee derby. How will last season's First Division Player of the Year fare now that he's in from the start? 25 goals for Rod Wallace this season. Dundee's entire team have only scored 2 more. John Rowbottom is the man in charge tonight. Never in a month of Sundays would Rangers have believed their 13-point lead could be whittled down quite so quickly to just 3. A month of Sundays will now decide whether they will reclaim the title. Coming up, Aberdeen, Celtic and Hearts. But it's Dundee today. This might be considered the easiest of those games, but Dick Advocat has been around long enough to know that football is never quite that simple.
Yeah, I think he's going for broke tonight, Jockey Scott. He doesn't budget for any points off of the old firm, he told me earlier this season. And I think that's the reason for him setting out the 4-3-3 tonight. I think he's saying he has nothing to lose. He's as well sending his team out to have a real go at Rangers.
Rangers sporting their change shirts today. Lucky shirts before they went to St Johnstone the other week. They'd won every game they played in them. Ian Anderson, who had trials with Chelsea recently, he's certain to leave Dundee in the summer. He is a tremendous talent, and he's found Brady. Miller, Ray, Brady, and here's Boyack, the former Rangers rookie, who found his way to the first team, blocked by some rather big names at Ibrox.
Yeah, encouraging to see him prepared to go beyond the ball there, drive himself into the box. And he was a young man tipped for a bright future. Reading in the programme tonight, he's convinced he's joined a club that won't be playing First Division football next season.
Indeed, Dundee, if they win here, will jump above Aberdeen and Motherwell and go 5th in the table. All they've got to do is beat Rangers. Here's Kanchelskis. Trying to find a way past Madison. Skimming comes to help out. Victory for Dundee today, incidentally, would mean that they'd have won as many games in the league televised this season as Dundee United have. 2. Dundee won the derby match here. Skimming, looking for Grady. It's just going to carry away and out of play.
Yeah, James Grady will give Dundee a good out ball. I think we'll see him drifting right. And it gives Neil McCann a decision whether he comes back at and picks him up, or leaves it to Tony Vidmar in that position. But I think you will find Grady finding quite a bit of room out there. It remains to be seen though just how much of the ball Dundee can get to.
Prodded out of play by Tommy Coyne. Jockey Scott, a legend as a player with Dundee, returned for a second spell as manager towards the end of last season. That one's going to carry through to Robert Douglas, who has already been beaten 11 times by Rangers this season, hoping to stem the flow today. Torini's header. It's going to be a Dundee throw, even though Kanchelskis made half an effort to claim it as Rangers. The 4th and final meeting between the teams this season. Rangers winning the previous 3, scoring those 11 goals. Dundee managing just 1 goal in the 3 encounters. The man who scored that, Darius Adamchuk, is in the middle of a 6-match suspension. Anderson. Nicely done from Neil McCann. And he has been fabulous. The flag is up as he tried to send that one through. A revelation for Rangers, Neil McCann. Perini. Van Bronckhorst, scorer of the midweek winner against Dunfermline. Betts' header. McCann. Vidmar. Smith's header. Van Bronckhorst. McCann. Johansson turns and finds Wallace. And Chelskis and Rayner left it for each other. That should be quite comfortable for Robert Douglas.
Yeah, it was a poor pass here from Rod Wallace. Wide, otherwise Rangers were in a good position. A hopeful ball to the back post, but Douglas was always going to take it.
Ray, and here's Boyack, but Vidmar saw that one coming, although he's shown far too much of it to Boyack, former Rangers kid. Now Ray, Grady, who's scored those two spectacular goals this season.
Well, he's so full of confidence, James Grady. He scored a magnificent goal against Motherwell last weekend. And although he doesn't catch this one properly, he did score a magnificent goal here at the same end of the ground against Dundee United earlier this season. And he's a young man who certainly isn't short of confidence, always willing to have a go.
And Marusso's header, Brian Irvin. Marusso again. Johansson to Wallace. McCann. Alberts. Madison covering. They have won only one of the last 27 league encounters with Rangers. That was in August '92. Billy Dodds was amongst the scorers in a thrilling 4-3 victory. Lee Madison, once of Bristol Rovers and Northampton Town, with the throw. Smith's lob. Surely a foul by Sergio Perini on Coyne.
Yeah, I think Tommy Coyne knew he was coming. Might have played for it, but he's got it anyway. It's a chance for Dundee to get Brian Irvin forward to that back post.
Ian Anderson to send the free kick in. Got too much on it though.
Yeah, it's a poor delivery, and he's one of the best in the business at throwing the ball into the box, Ian Anderson.
Willie Miller. Grady, such a live wire offside against Coyne.
Well, he doesn't think he was offside. I think he was fractionally. It's a good early ball by Grady, and he's on actually. He's at worst his level. He's on. He had timed his run to perfection, Tommy Coyne. He's entitled to be unhappy. And that's what he'll do tonight. He'll play on the shoulder of the last defender. You don't see him breaking wide too often. I don't know if the legs are up to that nowadays, but very, very good at holding the ball up, linking the play. And one of the best finishers that we have in this country.
He's Coyne now 37. Here's Perini. And it's over the top here for Jonathan Johansson. Fine save from Robert Douglas.
It's a great stop from Douglas. This is the danger, the ball in behind. And it's the pace here that catches Dundee out. It's a good first touch. And Douglas had his angles worked out perfectly. You can't ask any more from that, from Johansson. He got it on target. But the warning is there for Dundee and the vulnerability to the ball in behind.
The sun is shining on Tayside, but don't let that fool you. It's been chucking down with rain all afternoon. Alberts. Straight through to Robert Douglas, who was involved in the Scottish squad that met the Czech Republic last month. Dundee have won 2 of their last 3 games against Hearts and Motherwell. Claudio Reyna. Bronckhorst. Got the better of McSkimming eventually. Rayner. And McSkimming says, welcome to Scotland.
Yeah, I think it'll take him time to settle to the pace of the game. It's a pretty hectic start here, as we would normally expect.
Sergio Porrini moving into the box. And Bronckhorst sent the free kick in. Alberts! Well, he hit a hat-trick. That took a deflection, in fact. He hit a hat-trick against Dundee when they last met.
Well, we saw the power and the precision of this man's shooting last Sunday, and he's willing to have a go from anywhere. Just catches a nick off a Dundee defender.
And Bronckhorst with the corner. Vidmar allowed a free header, Amoruso, and it was snuffed out by Dundee, by Boyack, I think.
Yeah, it's a flick on at the front post from Alberts here, I think. And it breaks kindly for Amoruso.
It's take two for Van Bronckhorst, and another corner it'll be, palmed away by Douglas.
Yeah, he was almost under it, did the right thing. Not trying to catch it, he was never going to catch it. Quite relieved to see it finish behind. Jonathan Johansson ready to punish him.
Rangers' third corner in succession. The other side this time, which means Alberts, Vidmar, it comes to Neil McCann, who tees it up for Van Bronckhorst! Oh, another spectacular save for Robert Douglas, who I guess knew he was going to be in for a busy night.
Oh, what a start this had tonight. McCann unselfish here, tees it up for Van Bronckhorst. Plenty of time to measure it, and he caught it well.
In comes the corner very quickly, and Amoruso headed wide that time, and it's a bit of relief for Dundee because Rangers weren't messing around then.
Well, what a fine save it was. It breaks out to Neil McCann, he tees it up for Van Bronckhorst, and he got plenty behind it. That's a fine reflex save. Different angle of it this time. A lot of bodies in front of Robert Douglas. He wouldn't have seen that until the last moment, and he did very well to deal with it.
McSkimming. Porrini. Taken off his toes by McSkimming. Brian Irvin. Grady. No way past Vidmar. Alberts. Still managing to get a touch, even though he was grounded. Amoruso offside against Johansson. Well, Robert Douglas has already added to his already considerable reputation.
Yeah, I think you can see why so many clubs would be interested in taking him away from Tayside. Jockey Scott's having none of it though. He's trying to get him to extend his contract.
Hooked on by Grady. And Bronckhorst is the man mopping up. Boyack. Gavin Ray. Miller. And Grady, I don't think he quite had enough belief that he could get there in the first place. Took out the cap, the first foreign coach of Rangers. Managed the Dutch national side. Before Rangers he was with PSV Eindhoven in his homeland. Amoruso slid in. Vidmar. Kanchelskis, lovely touch to Van Bronckhorst, not a bad return either. Kanchelskis, oh, it's come all the way through to Johansson, and a magnificent tackle from Miller, and a handball against Alberts.
Yeah, great tackle from Willie Miller, tucking in here, provide a bit of protection for the centre-backs. Time to perfection there as Johansson turned. And it had to be because Rangers had men over there as they broke.
A rather timely intervention. from Willie Miller. He left Hibs for Dundee last summer when his contract was up at Easter Road. Here he is again. He managed to snap that one through, but it went all the way through to Stefan Klos, who's kept 8 clean sheets in 16 games since his £700,000 move from Borussia Dortmund. And he's just passed it to his opposite number.
Yeah, they're holding the defensive line well, Dundee. They're managing to get pushed out. And they don't want to end up defending on top of Robert Douglas. And if they do manage to defend as high up the pitch as they are at the moment, it will make it an awful lot easier for the midfield players to get forward.
Well, Dundee have a free kick.
Yeah, Grady just nicked it in front of Neil McCann here. McCann trying to get back. And but it clumsiness, no more than that. I think Dundee will try and drop one into the back post here.
Brian Irvin has come up to try and latch onto this free kick. Cross came and didn't look terribly convincing, it must be said.
Well, he hasn't so far in a short time in Scotland. He's very reluctant to come for crosses and normally does fist them. I think that's what he tries to do there, but he was hardly convincing.
Anderson, the goal kick has been given to Rangers.
Yeah, Grady laying it off there. Ian Anderson in pursuit. It did come off Ian Anderson. But it's been a good start by Dundee. The last thing they needed tonight was to lose an early one. And they've started well. They're holding their shape. They're not defending too deep. It's pretty promising so far.
Perini, though, for Rangers. Claudio Reyna. He's away from Madison here, but not the best of fullbacks, and Irvin was able to clear. It's going to be a long one from Perini, picked on by Johansson. Boyack took it away from Albert, which is a very good idea. Now Wittmar whips in a cross. Oh, the mistake by Douglas that time. And just as Johansson looked like he would capitalise, Smith came to his goalkeeper's rescue. Yeah,
Barry Smith got them off the hook and he knows it. He comes all the way for this. Doesn't take it at all. And Barry Smith's back to clear. But a rare error there in judgment from Robert Douglas.
There's a familiar sight, a Rangers corner. The 5th of the game. And it comes from Van Bronckhorst. Well played that time from Douglas. His throw out going in search of Grady. Wallace tripped by Skimming. Free kick taken, but the ball was rolling.
Yeah, I think Dundee are well aware of the damage this man can cause. They'll play just in between Dundee's back line and their midfield and try and pick up as much of the ball as possible and as much space as possible.
Claudio Reyna, signed from the German club Wolfsburg, although he was actually on loan to them from Bayer Leverkusen, so they got a chunk of the fee as well. Foul given against Kanchelskis.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision as well. Kanchelskis having a pull there at Lee Madison.
Dundee have managed 9 league wins this season, but they've only beaten 4 teams. 4 of those victories came against Hearts, clean sweep in fact. 3 wins over Motherwell, Dunfermline and Dundee United also beaten. They haven't fared very well against the Old Firm. Reyna muscling in, getting the better of Ray. Wallace. Reyna again. And the challenge was from Sean McSkimming.
He's working that left side well, Sean McSkimming, and he's going to have to.
Sadio Reyna having a busy first game. Alberts. Knocked out of the air by Douglas.
He's always prepared to come for it. He's out 12 yards to take this. Some goalkeepers are reluctant to come that distance.
Dundee cried handball. Alberts trying to help it on to Wallace. Neil McCann. Alberts, Wallace. Rangers moving forward with menace here. Sadio Reyna's shot came off the knee of Barry Smith. It's another corner.
Yeah, he wasn't closed down quickly enough. Just opens up in front of him here. Barry Smith doesn't charge it down. It does come off him though for a corner. They can't afford to give the Rangers midfield players that kind of space.
Reyna already in the thick of the action. It's some introduction to the Scottish Premier League. Van Bronckhorst with the corner. Amoruso came flying in then, but caught again.
Yeah, he comes right across the front of Robert Douglas here, but Douglas judged it to perfection, not for the first time in the match.
Kanchelskis. Before that, a bad first touch. Brady. Boyack. He was looking for McSkimming. And Irvin stopping Kanchelskis in his tracks. A little dummy by Coyne, which didn't come off at all. Perini. Wallace. No foul. Skimming. Coyne. McSkimming. And possibilities here for Stephen Boyack against his former club. And that's a delightful cross for Anderson! Oh yes! Dundee sensationally go 1-0 up, and it's Ian Anderson.
Well, you'll go a long way to see a better goal than this. It's a great early ball to release Boyack on the right-hand side. Watch Grady's run to the front post here. Takes Amoruso with him. That opens the space for Anderson. Magnificent header. Superb cross from Boyack. Grady drags Amoruso away, and Anderson couldn't have made a better job of the finish. It's a magnificent header.
Ian Anderson with his first goal of the season. Not so long ago he was down in London having a trial with Chelsea. Here's Rob Wallace now looking for an immediate response, and now Johansson. And Irvin has Mr. Cool. Jockey Scott delighted. Anderson may well be on his way in the summer. He certainly left something behind to remember him by. Boyack now. He's delivered the cross. Brady wins the throw off Vidmar.
Yeah, it was a run from this man that opened up the space at the back post, and he'll provide the mobility. And what a finish it was from Ian Anderson. Not renowned as a goal scorer, but doing the right thing, coming off the left side and into the back post area as Boyack broke, and he got his reward.
Vidmar. Rangers will be rankled by that. Here's McCann. Cuts his cross in, but easy for Douglas. It's not only the Dundee fans who are celebrating, methinks. One or two cries of joy from Celtic followers as well. Kanchelskis. The goal, rather, against the run of play. McCann. Wallace. Rangers looking wounded, and that's dangerous. And Johansson's prod towards goal, smothered by Douglas.
Yeah, it wasn't the best first touch by Johansson. Ended up it was a toe poke he got on it. And Robert Douglas had to react well. He stuck the toe at it. First touch wasn't the best. Douglas reacted well once again.
Wallace. Here's McCann. And the intervention was from Willie Miller, who made that superb tackle earlier in the game. Real competitor. Vidmar. And Maruso, the Rangers captain, finds his fellow countryman Perini. Now Tony Vidmar. Vidmar's cross. Ooh. It's skimming. Handball cries from the Rangers fans behind that goal. There weren't many protests from the players. It's going to be another corner anyway. Two Rangers. Their 7th of the game to Dundee's 0 count. Van Bronckhorst sends it in. Nadia Reina, the covering man. Kanchelskis the other. Rangers rocked by Ian Anderson's goal. Madison. A no-nonsense clearance from Amoruso, but it presents Dundee with a throw. Which will be taken for them by Lee Madison. Anderson. It was a little stray. And Miller is really getting stuck into Rangers.
Yeah, he's playing McCann well. We've seen McCann give defenders a hard time throughout this season, but so far Willie Miller's well ahead in points in that contest.
Amoruso going for a more direct route, but it was rather wasteful. Here's Gavin Ray. Miller. Ooh, he nearly let Wallace in then. Kanchelskis. Dispossessed by Madison, and that allows Anderson to roam, but Kanchelskis, to his credit, won it back. Johansson. Smith has got it in front. Gary Smith, former Celt, will be relishing a contest with Rangers. Perini's throw. Johansson was crowded out. Van Bronckhorst. McCann. Still Neil McCann. It bobbled rather horrendously for him. I'm sure that's what he'll say anyway.
Well, this is the goal that broke the deadlock, and what a good early ball it is to release Boyack in the right. And the midfield players have done well to get forward in this game. It's time to look up. Grady's at the front post. He knew exactly who he was trying to pick out there as Ian Anderson came in at the back. And that's a superb header for a wide player.
Albert. Just 2 months ago, Rangers were 13 points clear at the top after Celtic's victory over Motherwell yesterday. Their lead is down to just 3. In a fortnight, the old firm meet at Celtic Park. Kanchelskis weaving his way through, but a goal kick is the outcome.
Yeah, under pressure from McSkimming and Madison. He did well actually to make the space here. Nowhere to go, it appeared, but the nutmeg on Madison put him through. Just overran the ball though. You can see Rangers certainly well ahead in terms of the action areas, but the only stat that counts as far as Jockey Scott is concerned is 1-0. Can they hold on? No, that's the question.
There's a rather long way to go. The 90th minute is a good time to make it 1-0 against Rangers, I think. Free kick though. Miller on McCann.
Yeah, I don't think Neil McCann's too impressed with this one. Oh, it's a sore one. It's a late one from Willie Miller as well. As he studs on top of the left foot here. Oh, it's painful.
And Bronckhorst sent the free kick in. It was immediately sent back out. Tony Vidmar has played more often this season than he probably thought he would, because of an injury to the Dutch World Cup star Arthur Newman. That'll be a goal kick. Johansson has weighed in with 17 goals this season. He scored the 4th for Rangers in a 4-0 win across the road at Dens Park in January. Vidmar lets it run for the Rangers throw. That's the Australian international can take himself. Cross is coming out. Tommy Coy might have put him under more pressure maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, you're right, Ian. But he still takes up great position. The movement is so clever, always has been. And if you give Tommy Coyne a sighted goal, 9 times out of 10 he'll hit the target. Offside given against him here. Ian Anderson, who plays it up the line, and he just wandered a yard or two off.
Rangers recorded their 20th win in 30 league games this season, and they beat Dunfermline in midweek. That was after 2 league defeats, of course, in a row. First time that had happened to them for 5 years. Boyack. Miller. Flicked on by Johansson. Effective clearance from Perini. Van Bronckhorst looking to put Kanchelskis away. How good was that? Kanchelskis finds Claudio Reyna, and a magnificent block from Sean McSkimming.
But what a shift Sean McSkimming is putting in up and down this left side. Great defensive run here to get back on terms with Reyna, and the tackle had to be precise, the timing had to be perfect, otherwise it was a penalty, and it was spot on.
Perini's throw, flicked on by Johansson, then by Wallace. Irvin's clearance. Amoruso has presented it straight to Boyack. Coyne gives it back to him. Dundee held up, but only temporarily. And Amoruso trying to make amends for his earlier error. Is determined to win it back. He hasn't managed it though, and Anderson down for Grady, who's onside, and it's just going to dribble agonisingly over the line for Dundee, but there was no flag.
Well, he tried to square it here for Sean McSkimming. It's a good ball in behind there. Grady's onside. He tries to square it here and just doesn't get the angle right as McSkimming tried to make up the ground at the back post. McSkimming's on his way at this point. Grady tries to put him in, and he gets the angle wrong. Glorious chance for Dundee to make it 2 there. Well, Rangers still well ahead in terms of attempts at goal, but Dundee have had the better chances.
Vidmar with the throw. Rather concerned, Vidmar. Oh, and another mistake from Rangers. Vidmar that time. This is no time to be casual on that area of the field. Perini, Wallace, Kanchelskis, Claudio Reyna, and Bronkhorst. Vidmar, McCann. It's a lovely move this from Rangers. McCann finding Reyna. Kanchelskis. Rangers toying with Dundee a little bit here, but Kanchelskis was brushed out of the way by Madison. Perini to try again. Wallace coming deep. Sergio Perini. Johansson slid in. Kanchelskis with the cross. Helped on by McCann, and here's Alberts. And an excellent block from Irvin.
Yeah, once again he was closed down. A lot of football left in this game, but Dundee are defending superbly well so far. Irvin this time closing Alberts down. Rangers have the corner.
Alberts with the corner, and Marusso was at the near post. It's been knocked behind by Irvin for another corner.
Yeah, he attacks the front post well here, Brian Irvin. Marusso was up early, but Irvin did enough.
Here goes Alberts again from the corner, and there's Irvin again. Van Bronckhorst. Alberts. Away by Willie Miller, and then by Grady. Dogged defending from Dundee. Marusso. Rod Wallace. Van Bronckhorst. McSkimming. He's having a tremendous game.
I don't know what he's on tonight. He's been absolutely superb.
I'll have some of it, whatever it is. Rangers have got a free kick now. I think it was McSkimming who fouled here.
Yeah, it's a heavy challenge. Catches Van Bronckhorst late there.
Perini. Rangers remarkably trailing 1-0. Claudio Reyna. It's some bursts from the American. Here's Boyack, who slams it into touch. Lorenzo Amoruso. Reyna. Claudio Reyna looking for Kanchelskis, who'd made the darting run in, but Madison went with him. Vidmar. Alberts. Amoruso. One of his slightly ambitious efforts.
Yeah, a bit over-ambitious there. I think a sign of Rangers' frustration, though. They're finding the openings so few and far between. Last resort there from Lorenzo Amoruso.
Well, tomorrow night in the Premiership, Arsenal will be hoping to recover from their FA Cup semi-final disappointment. They take on Wimbledon. That's Monday at 7, Sky Sports 1. Up and under from Smith. Hooked away by Madison. Dundee lost their first 4 games of the season, but they gradually got to grips with life in the Scottish Premier League. That's a trip from Grady on Van Bronckhorst, who's not entirely happy about it.
Yeah, he was looking for a runner. There was no movement in front of him here. That's why he had to hold on to the ball. He needed a runner, and there was none in front of him.
Inside the final 5 minutes of the first half. Alberts, that's precise, to Tony Vidmar. It was behind McCann, but now it's in front of him. Dundee once again snuffing out the danger. Brady unable to keep that in play. Vidmar with a throw. Rangers ready perhaps to give Dundee's defence another test. Alberts, that's going to go behind for a goal kick, much to the delight of the Dundee fans.
Yeah, the supply to the front players hasn't been the best tonight from Rangers. Van Bronckhorst and Alberts have been so influential in this Rangers side this season, but the pair of them appear to be having an off night tonight, much to the frustration of Dick Advocaat. And he looks quite passive there, Jockey Scott. Remarkably relaxed before the game because he wasn't expecting to take anything.
Yes, in giving out his team formation, Jockey Scott, he was joking that it would be a formation of 10 just in front of Robert Douglas.
Well, he's gone for it, and it's worked so well.
Dundee giving it a real go. And frustrating Rangers. Mistake by Boyack. Johansson did well then, and McCann finds Wallace. Rod Wallace is away! And it comes back, and Douglas pulls up 2 super saves. First from Wallace, then from Johansson, and still the danger isn't over. Kanchelskis with a cross. Albert sets up McCann. Wallace back to McCann. Oh, that is not going to go in still. Johansson hooked it wide. A mesmerising move.
Well, they're leading a charmed life now. They're riding the luck, Dundee. Robert Douglas, magnificent double block. It eventually broke to McCann, plays it across, it's behind Johansson, and he just can't direct it on target. But previous to that, superb reflex goalkeeping. Wallace through for the first time in the match. Block number 1, he's across again, saves that with his legs. What a night he's having.
Rangers into double figures as far as attempts at goal are concerned. Good few on target as well. Dundee's 1 effort on target, and their goal. Alberts, here's McCann. Rangers flying in the closing stages of the half, gunning for that equaliser. McCann. Over the top from Van Bronckhorst, and the flag is up against that man, Rod Wallace.
That was a very early flag as well. Rod Wallace isn't convinced he was off. A lob ball here, and he's at least a yard off.
It's been backs to the wall stuff from Dundee. Yet they lead. The league leaders. George Alberts. Johansson. It's a second chance. It's going to drift away from County Arena though. It will be a Dundee throw. Addison's throw. Here's Amoruso. Spun away from Anderson. Here's Willie Miller. It's half-time at Tannadice, and Robert Douglas has been the busiest man here, producing some really spectacular saves to foil Rangers with help from all his colleagues, it must be said, around him. They've got stuck in. Ian Anderson with a tremendous header at the other end stunned Rangers. Their former player, Stephen Boyack, whipped in a delightful cross. Anderson, bang, picked that one out. Dundee have defended with enormous determination. Rangers rocked by a half-time scoreline at Tannadice of Dundee 1, Rangers 0.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim, and Dundee will start the second half. And these teams met at Ibrox recently. Rangers scored 6. But in the city of discovery, they are discovering that Dundee's defence tonight is not quite so easy to breach. Vidmar's header. Away by Reina. Here's Van Bronckhorst. And after an afternoon of heavy rain, it's an evening of sunshine on Tayside. And the sun is shining in Dundee at the moment. Alberts. Ooh. One of his belters.
Yeah, it's a good effort by George Alberts. I think he's trying to get the shot on target, but there's always a chance it might come off somebody here. Was it right across the front of Robert Douglas, hoping somebody might get on the end of it. There's just too much pace on it. It was always going to finish wide. I think we're going to find out just how much Rangers want this title tonight, Ian. They've been second to far too many balls here this evening.
Miller, offside against Tommy Coy. Now Claudio Reina on his Rangers debut, finding 25-goal Rob Wallace comes back off the shins of Irvine. Van Bronckhorst has scored in the last 2 games. That was poor from Vidmar. Neil McCann and Andrei Kanchelski's on the other side. We're hoping to see a bit more of the action. Poked forward by Grady. Kloss gives it back to his captain Amoruso, who steps past Grady. Vidmar cuts away from Boyack. Sergio Perini. Alberts. Finds McCann. And now Van Bronckhorst. And Boyack ensured that he couldn't get across it.
Yeah, Boyack does well to work back here. It's a good ball by McCann to put Van Bronckhorst away, almost to the byline, but Boyack not for the first time managing to get the saving tackle in.
Alberts with a corner. It's going to come back to him. And Gavin Ray closed him down that time. Alberts with another corner sent in, and it's in from Vidmar, and Rangers have equalised right at the start of the second half. Dundee's dogged defence finally breached by Tony Vidmar.
Yeah, it's a bad goal to lose as well. Vidmar's up well, but Willie Miller on the post. It goes in between Willie Miller and the post, and that's why he's there. Good downward header by Vidmar, and it somehow escapes Willie Miller, who's on the right-hand post. Good aggression from Vidmar.
It's his second of the season, his first for Rangers in the league. Scored at Hamilton in the Cup. Just what Dundee didn't want to happen has happened. And that's the reason why, Tony Vidmar. The Rangers fans have suddenly found their voice after a rather distressing 45 minutes for them. Here's Anderson, though, scorer of Dundee's goal, and he's away here. It's going to come to Boyack! Magnificent block challenge from Claudio Reyna. Miller. Cleared the head of Perini, reaches Coyne. Away by Vidmar.
I think Rangers will have a real go now for 5-10 minutes. They're really trying up the pace. I think Dundee are just going to have to hang in for a while, see if they can weather the storm. Rangers were desperate for an early goal, and they have it now.
Treatment for Ian Anderson.
Well, this is Reyna who charges this one down here, and Rangers haven't been doing enough of that. As Boyack was said to pull the trigger, Reyna was out on him quickly.
65 caps for his country. Claudio Reyna, the United States of America.
Yeah, it's a poor goal to lose because Willie Miller is on the post to defend that area. And how it creeps in between him and the post, I really don't know. Good header from Vidmar, but I really don't know how it ended up in the net with Willie Miller on that post.
Smith's clearance, seized upon by Kanchelskis, but that sums up his evening so far. Given away. Alberts has won it back. Now Reyna. Oh, there's loads of them here. It's Rod Wallace. It's wide.
Well, they had the option, he had Kanchelskis there, and I think he did the right thing. He had to try and hit this early, and that's exactly what he did. He has Kanchelskis inside him, decides to have a go on his own, he just drags it wide of the target. But at long last, Rangers starting to pick gaps in this Dundee rear guard.
Rangers well ahead as far as attempts at goal are concerned. And certainly as far as on-target efforts. Dundee with Boyack. Just tickled away from him by Amoruso. What a cracking contest this is. Miller will take the throw. Towards Coyne, away by Amoruso. Here's Boyack. McCann's clearance. Rangers on the attack, even though Vidmar is down injured at the moment. And play, I think, will be stopped. They're going to have to kick the ball out of play. Well, they haven't done yet. They will do now, so the treatment can be given to Tony Vidmar.
Yeah, it looks to be a head knock. It's important that if that is the case, he's treated as quickly as possible. That's why the Rangers supporters were angry that Dundee failed to kick the ball out of play. Doesn't seem to be too badly hurt there. And he goes up with Tommy Coyne and Lorenzo Amoruso. Difficult to see who catches him there. Sandwich in between Coyne and Amoruso. It might have been Tommy Coyne who caught him.
Colin Hendry warming up as a precaution. Returning to his roots today, Hendry began his career with Dundee. Left on the bench today to accommodate Claudio Reyna's introduction to Scottish football. Rangers get the ball back, and it's Vidmar. Now that he's on his feet, who has it? Amoruso. Firm header from Irvin. Here's Madison. Straight at Perini. Van Bronckhorst. Miller. McSkimming. It's going to be a throw-in to Rangers, and Vidmar, having just had treatment for a knock on the head, has now got a knock on his foot.
Yeah, he's in real pain here. And Sean McSkimming, he catches him. I think he kicked McSkimming studs there. It's a sore one. You can see the anxiety in Dick Advocat's face. Back in the game. They needed the early goal, they have it now. And he'll be very disappointed if they don't take all three now.
Delay in the action with Vidmar still getting treatment gives us a chance to remind you of a big game you can see on Sky Sports 1 Monday at 7 o'clock. Arsenal hoping to recover from their semi-final heartbreak in the FA Cup, take on Wimbledon, probably the last team they'd want to face at the moment. Vidmar back on his feet again. Alberts. Smith's clearance. Popped back towards the Rangers attack by Amoruso. I'm not sure if Vidmar will be able to carry on unless he can run off what is obviously a bit of a problem. Alberts. Wallace, it's opening up a bit here for Rangers. Kanchelskis. And his cross was knocked over his own bar by Miller.
Yeah, Robert Douglas didn't come, and Willie Miller had no choice here. He doesn't know who's behind him and he has to play it behind.
It's another corner for Alberts. 12 corners for Rangers, none for Dundee. Alberts whipping it in. And Chelskis will plan to do the same, I suspect. And he does. And Maruso had stayed forward, but it was easily away by Irvin. Now, can Brady keep that in play? He can't.
Yeah, they're just starting to get penned in a bit. And the last thing they want to be doing now is defending on top of Robert Douglas. They've managed to push out from the beginning of the game, and that's allowed the midfield players to get forward, but they're just starting to defend on their own 18-yard box right now.
Oh, and Madison seemed to lose sight of it then. They almost let Kanchelskis in. Much skimming. But it still falls for Rangers. And here's Neil McCann. And Reina, not sure what he was trying to do there. Brady chasing for all it's worth. Vidmar has run off that knock.
Yeah, but it gets Dundee out though. It's a good long ball by Ian Anderson there into the space. And even though they've only won a throw, and it does give them a chance to get out.
Here's Wallace. Kanchelskis steaming along. Alberts. Van Bronckhorst. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. And Douglas gets down to it.
Well, they had to smother it because Rod Wallace was ready had he not. It's a good strike by Van Bronckhorst here. And look at Wallace following it in. And Douglas does well to smother it.
Here's Johansson. And McCann is in the middle, the only man who is. Oh, and it's just eluded him. As Johansson drilled it across the face of goal. Kanchelskis, though. Rangers have got Dundee on the rack. Wallace with a cross. It's Gonna be a throw.
Well, I think Douglas gets a critical touch onto this as it's pulled back by Johansson. He just gets enough of it, I think, to receive Neil McCann.
Alberts. Claudio Reyna. Vidmar. Alberts. On his right foot at the moment. Kanchelskis. Alberts! It skids wide.
I thought Kanchelskis was going to play it into the area. Decided to give it straight back to Alberts. A little bit of space opened up. Had to hit it early. And Robert Douglas was relieved to see it finish wide. He struck it solidly enough. Just couldn't find the target.
18 goals this season for George Alberts, 10 of them, mind you, from the penalty spot. There's a shot by Grady. Rangers with 9 away wins in the Scottish Premier League this season. 2 draws, 4 defeats. At Motherwell, Hearts, Celtic and St Johnstone. It's come off Vidmar's boots and goes behind for a goal kick. Rangers were knocked out of Europe by Parma in December. They've won 15 of the 18 games played since. It's all square here. Charged out of play by Orena. Miller will take the throw. Amaruso made it his. But here's Boyack. Skipping the challenge of Reyna. Still Boyack. And eventually tripped by Reyna.
He did well in the corner here, Boyack. He's trying to check back onto his left side when he was taken. Another chance for Brian Irvine to go forward. At the back post. Well, we know that Kloss doesn't like coming all the way for crosses.
Well, it's going to be McSkimming to send this one in. Oh, and it was taken away from Kloss by Amaruso, who seems to be saying, well, I didn't hear any shout.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's saying. And Amaruso does the right thing here. If he doesn't get a call, he has to play it. No choice there.
Dundee celebrating a little milestone, their first corner of the game. Couldn't do much with it though. Anderson. Russo towering above everyone again. Oh, it's broken here for Anderson, and now Grady! Oh! So close from James Grady.
Couldn't have come much closer. It's great play here by Anderson. Just knocks it inside for Grady. He did it well enough, and it's no more than half a yard wide of the post. I just wonder if Dundee, after the 90 minutes are up, will look back on this as a turning point in the match. It was a great chance for Grady, who had taken up good position. Kloss was beaten. He just skipped past the right-hand post.
Carini was hassled by Anderson. He's going to get the throw in. Carini. No flag against Johansson, but it's going to carry through to Robert Douglas. And Johansson.
I wouldn't fancy taking Robert Douglas on. I think Johansson's giving away a bit of weight here. Well, I don't know whether that's accidental or not, but Robert Douglas lucky to get away with it.
But the advantage was played then as Miller brought down McCann. John Rowbottom let them play on.
He's getting a bit bad-tempered now. Crucial stage in the match. John Rowbottom has his work cut out.
Yet to produce a yellow card though. Amoruso's header. Oh, it's a bit wayward that time from the big Italian. Brady offside against Boyack, and you could see that one coming.
Yeah, Rangers just held their line there and did it very well as Boyack made the run forward.
Raider let it run to Wallace. Here's Kanchelskis. Kanchelskis lets Wallace take up the cause, which he does. Neil McCann went in, and the free kick has been given in Dundee's favour.
Yeah, Willie Miller just did enough at the back post to put McCann off. Good little exchange here to put Wallace away on the right-hand side. A fine delivery to the back post. Neil McCann just climbing onto Willie Miller at the back post. Not a great deal in that for me, but Willie Miller did well enough to put McCann off.
Wallace finding Kanchelskis. No way that Wallace is going to get to that. Gabriel Amato, who looks certain to return to Spanish football and Valencia in the summer, is going to come on for Rangers. Johansson is the man who's making way. So a straight swap up front. The Finn goes off and the Argentinian comes on.
Well, he's not as quick as Jonathan Johansson, but he's every bit as dangerous. Very, very good with the ball at his feet for a man of this size. We've seen him produce some wonderful skill in the rare opportunities we've had to watch him this season.
Amato, signed from Mallorca for 4.2 million. Helped them reach the Spanish Cup final last season and finished very high in the league as well. Of course, they meet Chelsea in Europe this week. Amato was at his most inspired in that Old Firm derby, which finished 2-2. And you heard the reaction from the Rangers fans when the Argentinian striker came on. They seem to appreciate his efforts, perhaps a little bit more than Dick Advocaat does. As it would appear, he won't be hanging around in Glasgow. No place in the Rangers 16 today for Stefan Guibas. Anderson. Oh, he slipped it through here to Tommy Coyne, who couldn't quite roll back the ears.
Well, you'd have put your house in Tommy Coyne to at least hit the target there. It's a delightful ball from Anderson. It peeled away from Amoruso, and you would expect Tommy Coyne normally to hit the target there. He's at an angle, but it's a decent chance, and he doesn't catch it properly at all.
Rangers unbeaten in 10 meetings with Dundee, but they've not had it all their own way today. Douglas had committed himself then. There were plenty of Dundee bodies around, and just as well. McCann. We saw a cracking match last midweek between Hearts and Celtic, and this contest has certainly had many moments as well. There might be another one here. Torrini, away by Boyack. And this is promising for Dundee. Ian Anderson picking out Tommy Coyne. Nearly anyway. Smith's header. Oh, here's Wallace. Barry Smith says not through here, mate.
You have to hand it to Dundee. They've made a game of it tonight. I think at times teams show the Old Firm too much respect. Jockey Scott has decided to have a real go tonight. And the philosophy has been with nothing to lose. We're not expecting anything. And his players have given him every ounce this evening.
Wallace, Perini. Grady. Oh, that's surely an obstruction. Or did he just run into him? That's what John Robotham thought. Sometimes those are given as obstruction, mind you. Here's McCann. And now Amato. Corner.
Yeah, took up good position at the front post. And how many times have we seen McCann playing this little ball in here? Little measured chip shot. And the first touch wasn't good from Amato.
Albert's with the corner. It comes back to the German. Looks skimming. It's going to be a corner on the other side now. Jermaine Van Bronckhorst will take it. He's a big ball boy. Van Bronckhorst then with this Rangers corner towards the near post, and Wallace beavering away to little avert.
It wasn't the best corner in the world from Van Bronckhorst. He struggled to get it away. And that tells its own story. Rangers having most of the possession, as we expected. But Dundee will be delighted, I'm sure, if they emerge from this match with a point.
Van Bronckhorst looking for Amato. Irvin as solid as ever, as he was for so long with Aberdeen. Rayner. Amato. Amato finding Kanchelskis. Amato again. And a goal kick. Irvin has got it going his way.
Yeah, I think John Robotham gave the corner, but Brian Irvin pointed to the linesman who had given the goal kick. Once again, you see the example of the close control of Amato. And I think it did come off the Rangers forward last.
4 goals for Rangers. Amato. Wallace. Gavin Ray won the duel with Claudio Reyna. Much skimming. Anderson. Still he goes. Anderson gets it back from Boyack. Oh, and it's just over from Ian Anderson. Well, that could have been one of the goals of the season.
Yeah, it certainly would have been. And this is what this boy is capable of. So good at ghosting past defenders. Little exchange here with Boyack. And the ball just wouldn't dip quickly enough for him. Great assurance and confidence from Ian Anderson here. And they'll miss him when he moves on, almost certainly as he will at the end of the season.
See why Chelsea were rather interested in him. Grady. Coyne. A little burst of energy from him and he kept it in. What was then dispossessed by Vidmar. Albert survived the fact that there was a man on in Grady. Vidmar. Oh, lovely touch from Amato, but it just trickled out of play. Into the back of Grady from Vidmar, gives Dundee a free kick.
Yeah, it just gets too close to James Grady here. It's a needless one to give away.
Dundee face Kilmarnock next week as they continue their efforts to stay in the top flight. Away by Amoruso, Boyack, Brady, and here's Gavin Ray. Well wide in the end.
The midfield have done well though, Dundee's midfield have done well. They've all taken turns each of bombing into the box. Ray doesn't catch this right, but they really have supported well the midfield trio of Boyack, Ray and McSkimming.
Anderson jumped with Perini, and Anderson, that's going to be a card for Claudio Reyna. First yellow card of the game, and a booking for Reyna on his debut.
Yeah, completely mistimed the challenge. Anderson just nicks the ball away. Completely mistimed it. And John Robotham reached very early for the yellow card. It looks as if he's struggling here.
Claudio Reyna, that's going to be his last incident, in fact, because the debutant from the States is being replaced by Derek McInnes with a quarter of an hour remaining. But the range of fans giving Reyna plenty of applause, and he's done enough here to suggest that he will be a useful acquisition. McInnes is on in his place. He had a spell in English football earlier this season on loan at Stockport County. Ian Anderson looks like he might be okay, but not just yet.
Well, it's so important to Dundee. They want him back on his feet as quickly as possible. They'll be very reluctant to make a substitution here. It was just too quick there for Reyna. That's a real sore one. That signs he's back on his feet, which is good news for Jockey Scott and the Dundee supporters.
So Dundee finally take their free kick, and the header was from Madison, who suddenly popped up in there. Not sure what he was doing in there. Albert, lifted by Robert Douglas, joined from Livingston for last season's Division 1 campaign. Successful campaign as Dundee clinch promotion to the top flight, where they are hoping to hang around, facing a race against time to get their ground ready before the end of July. That's why they're at Tenerife today. And a mistake from Van Bronckhorst has allowed Coyne to possibly create something, but in the end he settles for the throw.
Yeah, he had no support. It was the old head just running the ball into the corner. Quite happy to win a throw-in.
Which will be taken by Boyack. Boyack. That's an awkward one for Stefan Klos. Very awkward, in fact.
Yeah, it's always a tricky one for the goalkeeper. It's played in just under the crossbar. And that's really about the only way he can deal with that.
Ian Anderson will take the corner. Irvin up with Amoruso. Ooh, here's Albert. He's got to get away from McSkimming first. Disappointing again for Rangers.
Well, Albert's felt it came off McSkimming last. McSkimming did well to close him down. What a shift Sean McSkimming's put in this evening.
Coyne. Van Bronckhorst looking for Kanchelskis, but it's away by Madison. Only to Derek McInnes, though. Maybe a little rusty, having just come on. Amoruso. Albert. Coyne. Grady. Dundee, remember, without their top scorer today, Eddie Anand, who was injured in training. Brady's won a free kick.
Yeah, after some fine footwork out here on the touchline. Just draws it back, beats McCann, round Vidmar, and then he's taken out.
Real live wire, James Grady. Great goal here in the Dundee derby live on Sky Sports, and another spectacular strike at Motherwell, which won them the game last week. Lee Falconer, who scored the first in that game, is about to come on for Dundee. Not before this free kick, Miller. Met by Amoruso. McCann. Gavin Ray showed that the shutters are still up for the time being. Really has been hard work for Rangers tonight, and credit to Dundee, who have been swept aside previously this season by Dick Advocaat's team. In fact, Dundee have only taken 1 point off the Old Firm, and that was off Celtic. Vidmar puts a rampaging run from Vidmar, and it's brought to an end by Irvin's outstretched leg. Substitution is going to be made, with Tommy Coyne being replaced by Willie Falconer.
Yeah, he's done well tonight, Tommy Coyne. Hasn't featured very often this season, but he's held it up well, and he's been ably assisted on either side by James Grady and Ian Anderson. And I was surprised that this man was left on the bench at all tonight after his performance at Motherwell last weekend. Not only did he score the goal, but he played very well.
Here he is, Falconer. Tell you what, there's not many around him at the moment, but Amoruso just managed to poke it away. Anderson. McSkimming. Madison. And Grady's on the far post, and he pulled it back. Cross was flapping a little bit, but Rangers are going to go straight up the other end with Alberts. Kanchelskis. Amato wants it pulled back. Kanchelskis. Oh. It went straight across, and it must have come off Miller. It's going to be a corner.
It's a good ball by Kanchelskis. I don't know whether he catches it properly. Just no takers as it goes right across the face of goal there.
So another Rangers corner, familiar sight in this game. Not a very good one that time from Alberts. Vidmar. Kanchelskis. Amoruso's header. Boyack. McSkimming making a run, but that will trickle harmlessly through to Stefan Klos. Derek McInnes now. Up to Amato. Amato, brilliant turn away from Smith. Still Amato. But eventually it was blocked by Ray. Rangers come back for a bit more. Vidmar. Oops, we got that all wrong. Straight to Miller, who looked to pick out Falconer. Perini intervened. Here's Amoruso. Albert slips it through here to Wallace, and once again Irvin was quite superb.
Yeah, great challenge. What a match he's had tonight. Well, slid through to Wallace, and Irvin matches him the whole way.
In it comes from Alberts, and Van Bronckhorst saw his effort blocked. Alberts with the throw this time. McInnes. Oh, he's presented it to Grady, and this boy is quick. Grady is away. Oh, and he couldn't finish it. What a telling moment in the season that might have been.
Yeah, and what relief for Derek McInnes. Tried to find Andrew Kanchelskis with a square pass, Grady was on his wing. Kanchelskis does well here to close him down. Grady has to hit it early, under pressure from the Ukrainian, and he just drags it wide. But Kanchelskis did well there to make up the ground and do enough to put Grady off.
Rangers are going to bring on Hendry for Kanchelskis shortly, as Stefan Kos is forced to slap that one into touch, with Falconer bearing down on him. The substitution will now take place, and taking Kanchelskis off to bring a defender on.
It's a surprise one, because this, regardless of how he's playing, you can always win a match for you, Andrew Kanchelskis. You can always go past the defender.
Colin Hendry, returning to his roots, began his career with Dundee, up against them now. And Maruso well in. Hendry is playing up front. Colin Hendry, the striker.
Well, he started as a striker, a front player with Dundee a long number of years ago, but certainly haven't seen him in that role for some time.
I don't suppose there might be some high balls heading his way. McInnes is having a bit of a mare at the moment. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Albert. Cut out by Miller. Brady, look at him go. He's got Amaruso to contend with, and he skinned him. McCann came back in his presence, proved enough. Here's Albert. Vidmar. An enthralling end to an entertaining evening of football. McInnes. Amato. And again. Amato. Wide of the target.
Yeah, just squeezed out by weight of numbers there. And he had a few options, but he's more inclined to go himself, this man. He's found a little bit of space. Wasn't the best effort.
Amato showed too much of it to Miller. Here's Falconer. Not many Rangers players back at the moment. Anderson. Ian Anderson! Flashes across the face of goal, but it was well wide.
Yeah, he's naturally right-sided, so he's quite comfortable coming on inside here. Just drops his shoulder onto his right side, and pulls it well wide of the target.
Time ticking away. Celtic, in the last couple of months, have gradually closed in on Rangers in the title race. Here's McCann, though. And now Colin Hendry. Oh dear. I think he'll be back in defence soon.
Yeah, that was a centre-half finish, wasn't it? And he had time to take a touch as it came off Neil McCann lastly, but I don't know what he was trying there.
I think he thought the goal had moved across 10 yards. Gavin Ray. This game is up for grabs. Anderson. Skimming's making an advance run. Anderson goes for goal, and it had a fair bit of power on it, straight into the midriff of Klos. If there's going to be a winner, who's it going to be? Madison. Rangers have only got two players on the edge of the box. Here's Grady. And he's sent that wide.
But once again, he found the room, though. Remarkable amount of room that Dundee forwards are getting at this stage in the game.
Offside against striker Colin. Hendry had strayed. Man of the match, David?
I think you could toss a coin between Robert Douglas and Brian Irvine at the heart of that defence tonight, Ian. But I think Irvine in particular has been superb. He's been under a lot of pressure in the air as the game has worn on. And he's handled everything magnificently, and if you consider what this lad has come through, then I'm quite happy to give him the Bank of Scotland Man of the Match award.
Yes, his is a remarkable story. Suffered from MS. Oh, a little slip here from Perini is allowed. McSkimming in. Falconer. Blocked by Van Bronckhorst, but Rangers are inviting Dundee to make a real go of it in their quest for a shot winner. Although it wouldn't be a shock on the evidence of the performance they put in tonight. There'll be 4 minutes of added on time, so we've still got 5 minutes in all really to go.
Yeah, they've showed tremendous spirit tonight, Dundee. And if they can keep this up in what's left of the season, I wouldn't bet against them staying up.
Cross's kick has gone straight to Ian Anderson. Rangers appearing rather lethargic at this moment. Perini cut that out though. That was a stray one from Derek McInnes, who might want to forget his appearance in this game. Brave header from Falconer, but it's merely a throw-in to Rangers.
Difficult to believe that Dundee are still making the running here at this stage in the game. You really would have expected Rangers to pen them back.
I think they just heard you. Amato. It's going to drift away from McInnes though. Falconer. It was not use of the hands. Lee Madison. And he's got the throw. 4 minutes, remember, of added on time. Celtic fans will be on the edge of their seats now, hoping that Dundee can hang on. Hanging on. Hey, they look more like winning it at the moment. Rangers with Vidmar slapping one forward. Neil McCann. Rangers need some inspiration in the closing stages here if they are to go 6 points clear of Celtic rather than 4 points clear. Alberts, Perini, Van Bronckhorst, Irvin's there again. Alberts, McCann, and snuffed out by Grady. Everybody back helping the Dundee cause now in injury time. In comes the corner. Anywhere will do for Grady, who certainly knew that nobody was ahead of him. And a mistake from McInnes just gets worse and worse.
It lets Dundee get pushed out. They really were under the cost there for 5-10 minutes. And there'll be no hurry now to take this.
A frantic end to what has been a really intriguing tussle between these two teams. Dick Advocat and Bert van Lingen, his assistant, starting to feel the heat in the title race, and it's all over. It ends all square, and Rangers only move 4 points clear of Celtic. Ian Anderson with a wonderful header gave Dundee the lead. They defended stoutly, and although Rangers managed an equaliser through Tony Vidmar, that was it as far as the scoring was concerned. What a game! Dundee 1, Rangers 1.